Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. I am Wilson, joined by
Toast.
And in this episode, we're reviewing not one, but two McFarlane Toys figures. This is the Warhammer 40,000, or 40K, as the cool kids call them, Ultramarines Primaris Assault Intercessor. That's a mouthful. And the skeleton dude. Who's called, if the computer would load, the Necron Warrior. That's right, the Necron Warrior. Which one do you want to take a look at first?
Let's go. What is it, Primaris?
The Marine. Just
right.
say Marine. So overall, these guys, compared to other McFarlane toys, I guess the detail is there, but these are lacking in paint apps, I would say.
Really?
And the ones that are there are really good. They look pretty good. His knee is kind of sloppy, but he's got the cool, upside down Omega symbol with the Ultramarine symbol.
I guess you're talking about here at the
edge.
edge.
Mm-hmm, the edge of the white.
And a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but every single one I've seen, it has that. So
it's fine.
It's fine. There's no problems. The cross.
He's gotten some use out of the armor.
Yeah, and the cross on his left hand or his left forearm is great. I would like to have seen maybe a little more dings or some kind of weathering, because when we look at the other guy, they really, when we look at him, I'll point out.
Are you going to do it yourself?
Are
you going to do it yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the interesting things that they kind of seem to be encouraging painting these things yourself, which is why they put in with the case one gray prototype version.
Oh, that's one per case.
Yep.
Mm.
The Marines are 3 per case, and then the Necrons are 2.
Interesting. Okay.
So he's got a black belt too. His color breakup, I don't know. I like the red helmet. I wish there was some more black lines in the mask area. But overall, it's nicely done. It's a little simple for Todd, I think.
Now, you've told me before that you've played this game, right?
I have, yes.
Okay.
When I was in junior high, back when the good old days where they didn't give a shit about kids, and the figures were made out of lead. Oh. So every time you'd paint them, you'd feel the little lead, and then you'd go eat cookies, and your mom would be like, yeah, here's some cookies, and you'd be munching on lead. And then now we figure out that's why I have so many mental problems. That's why I ate a bunch of lead. Maybe. Brilliant. I don't know. And I licked the figurines when I was painting them too.
Anyways, that is a problem.
That is a problem. Anyway.
So it's pretty accurate.
It's very accurate. Okay. Yes, it is. They've got the big shoulder pads, which are awesome, and the backpacks were always there. These are big, beefy guys.
Big backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally think the red helmet clashes with the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure it's accurate.
I think it's accurate because he's a leader of some sort. I think. I don't know the characters' names specifically. It's been so long. Anyway, moving on to the Necron. Now you can see here, whereas the other guy was a little plain Jane, this guy is beaten, battered, weathered, nice like rusty gold, like all over. You can see. He's like a robot that's been torn apart. It's got hoses and stuff, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of both sculpted and painted details. It's the plastic. You've got multiple colors here. There's lots of paint. There's like a bronzing effect.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Yeah, it's really well done. This guy is really... They put a lot of effort into this one.
I like the guts hanging out of his torso.
Right? Yeah. And he's got the cool coffin on his chest. And then his eyes are piercing green. It helps stand out.
Those are really well done.
Yeah. And there's black around the eyes as well. All right. Moving them around. It's, again, pretty standard Todd articulation with some added things because this is new characters for him. Go ahead.
Well, the shoulder pad is separate from the biceps. So
yeah.
Those move up and around. The shoulders get up about this far. The elbows is double jointed. You can actually see the 2 pins there. It's hard to get both to move though. You really have to put some effort into it, and it's, I don't know. I was able to get the one, but you really gotta put some pressure on there.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
These hips are slightly softer, but they don't really move.
Right.
So they do prevent the hips from getting out too far. The knees have a great range. They don't have the same problem as the elbows, and despite this giant foot,
it can barely move.
Right.
And they didn't give toe articulation either.
You get about this much.
Yeah. And you can maybe sort of get a tilt, but it doesn't matter. It's not worth it.
I can't even get a tilt.
Strangely enough, though, he doesn't really have a problem standing.
No, he stands well.
And I think he'll... Except for now, but that's fine. It's the table's fault.
It's fine.
That's fine.
This guy.
He is a lot more movable.
Yes.
Take us through some of the cooler things he's got.
So... you're able to get much better range out of the joints. These elbows are a little bit scary. The shoulders are on a soft yet hard ratchet.
Right.
They don't click, but you can feel it in there.
Yeah.
It's hard. You gotta again put some effort into it. These elbows though are a little bit frightening.
But they are ratcheted, though, is the thing.
It is.
But it's tight.
I thought I was going to break it.
Yeah.
There's no torso movement.
There is.
There is.
Yeah, there's upper and lower torso movement.
Wow.
So he's got waist and torso. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. About 90 on the knees and really nice ankles.
And toe.
And toe.
Boom! For the Necron Warrior, he comes with a giant gun that is called his Gauss Flare.
Sure.
Giant machine gun. It's pretty well painted. It's got that great green, that Necron green.
Yeah, the green looks really nice.
And the silvers on the tips of the blades and stuff. I will say, though, again, a little plain Jane for what you see out of McFarlane.
Slightly warped.
It looks well, it's done well, but I would expect, considering how well the guy that the gun comes with looks, I'd expect a little more, I think.
Sure, yeah. Some more weathering.
Yeah. Which, again, I may do. So.
All right.
And moving on, he comes with the fantastic Canoptic Scarab. Ooh, I don't know how to say it, but it's a little drone, I think, that they go out. It's cool. It's just going to sit on the
non-articulated.
Non-articulated. I wish you could connect to his back or something, but they probably didn't even do that in the game. So
green looks a little weird on this one, though.
Yeah.
It's got a shade lighter around the edge here.
Kind of cool guy. And then, of course, the famous...
Stand.
Yeah, okay. Moving on to the Marine, he comes with the ever iconic chainsword. Chainsaw sword. Now, this is mainly black. It's got a really dark kind of like metallic on the handle with a gold skull. That's really cool.
Yes.
I wish the blades were a little more pronounced. They kind of...
The teeth?
Yeah, the teeth.
There's some point to them. Like, it's not going to randomly injure anybody.
Right.
But if you, like, push on it.
Sure.
Those things are sharp.
Yeah. I just kind of wish they stood out more paint-wise.
Sure.
But, I mean, whatever. That is a pain to get into his left hand. Because unlike with the Necron Warrior, who's got more flexible plastic in his hands, the Marines does not give one bit. But luckily, the sword is a little softer, so you're not going to snap it if you're careful enough. And then this one comes with a pistol. And that goes in his right hand with the trigger finger, and it's simple.
Do you know there's a hole through it?
I do not. Where the smoke comes out.
Source accurate, I'm sure.
So yeah, it's I don't think that's even painted. Is that painted?
No.
Okay.
It's just cast in this plastic.
Yeah.
There's a kind of texture that almost makes it look 3D. I mean 3D printed.
Oh yeah.
So he also the backpack comes separate, and you gotta shove it in there, and then once it's in, I don't think it's ever coming back out.
That's what I tell him.
So
That's how it is with me.
we put that in before we started recording.
And then for those curious, this is the 1 per case gray prototype. I just wanted to point out that he does not come with a chainsword or a pistol, but instead it has a gigantic, awesome rifle. And again, I think the intent for this is to paint your own, create your own, if you so choose.
Right. And the backpack is exactly the same. Size comparison.
Yep.
So we've got the McFarlane, what is it, Hellbat?
Yep.
These two guys here. And G.I. Joe
Beachhead.
Yes.
That's right. All right, down to the final thoughts. Toast, take it away.
All right, so Necron Warrior I like a lot. Like I was saying before, the paint and sculpt are great. I think you could squeeze him into, since I'm not a Warhammer guy, I think you could squeeze him into wherever you want, and just have, because he's sort of an army builder. Right?
Yeah,
he's
for
not
sure.
He's not a unique character.
No.
So you could have anybody you want facing off against half-dead robots, and that is awesome. I give him a 4 out of 5 hammers.
For the
Necron
Warrior.
Yes. For the Marine, he looks nice.
Yeah.
I have, again, no attachment to the property. I find the articulation's a bit limited. He looks nice, but playing with him, I don't know. I'm put off by the limited articulation. I think the paint is nice, but it would look better, I think, if he were more damaged to match Necron Warrior. And weren't so clean. I'm going to give him a 3 out of 5.
Okay. All right, for me, this is pretty easy. First off, let's just mention this is the this would be my 3rd Ultramarine that I've taken out of a package. This one was the 2nd one, and it was like, I was like, ooh, the top torso is really loose, and then I bent it back, and it was just broken in the package. Never had that happen ever before with the McFarlane figure. Please don't turn into NECA. That's all I want to say.
Right, yes.
Very worried. These are about $24.99 a piece. The Necron Warrior is amazing. I love him. I loved him the minute I got him. He looks like what I would expect a McFarlane toy to look. His gun's a little out of place with them. What's done with the Space Marine is done well. I just think he clashes with the Warrior because he's not as banged up. He's not as painted. He's just he's a lot of flat colors. There's not a lot of depth to him. Right. I will go in and bang him up and stuff. I'll even probably make guts and stuff for this guy. So overall, the Necron for me gets a 4. I love him. The Space Marine though, yeah, his articulation is limited. Again, man, with the sculpt on the feet, make it so you can get tilt in the feet or pull the foot down just a little bit lower and you would be fine. It would be perfect. Give him some toe articulation.
It doesn't make sense why those things aren't there.
I know. I don't know why he doesn't have toe at the very least. It's literally a cut right there for them to put it there.
Yeah.
Throw a pen in. So he gets a 2.5 at best. It's a disappointing effort from Todd. I am looking forward to their future figures. There's a red one that looks awesome. Plus, I also want to mention that I was disappointed that only the gray one comes with a giant rifle. If anything, they should have split the case up where you get, one Marine with a rifle, one Marine with a chainsword and pistol, one Marine with a chainsaw and pistol, rather than giving them the gray one.
It's really nice looking, and I think that is a good idea.
Yeah.
That they didn't do, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know why they would go through the trouble of sculpting that beautiful thing and then just giving you gray.
Knowing Todd, it'll be a future release.
Probably a Target exclusive. I'll be in Target the rest of my life looking for all these damn exclusives.
Yep.
Regardless, that's been it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Tell everybody that you can about the show. If you like it, comment below. All the social media stuff is in the show description and at the bottom of the screen. So give us a follow and a shout out. We always posting pictures of some of our cool, fun toys. And until next time.
Chest gap.